There are several defining images from the 2017 British. The same color, the red card shown to Sonny Bill Williams in Wellington, Warren Gatlin's red clown nose, the oceans of red in the stadiums and, perhaps above all else, the red-shirted Lions captain, Sam Warburton, jokingly yanking the trophy towards himself as he and his New Zealand opposite number, Kieran Reid, posed for end-of-series photographs. Warren Gatland sees Lions draw against All Blacks as next best thing to success. Andy Bull read more for the Lions to have even one hand on the prize at the end was extraordinary. It is impossible to overstate the barriers they have hurdled to compete on this tour, and the shared spoils have earned them fresh respect in both hemispheres. A final tour record of P10W5D2L3, with a positive aggregate try-count of 18-16 and only one defeat by more than one score, is rather better than Gatland's detractors expected. Not everything was perfect. The saga of the extra 6 replacements was poorly handled. The lack of Scottish Test involvement was a shame, and the old warm rapport on Lions tours between the squad and the traveling media has floated away into the anti-social media ether. For all the commercial rapaciousness of the modern Lions operation, however, this tour has otherwise restored faith in a noble ideal, and, in Warburton, the squad had one of the all-time great ambassadors. Not even Willie John McBride captained 2 successive undefeated Lions squads nor bounced back from failing to make the starting 15 for the first test to deny a hugely motivated New Zealand in the last 2 brutal defining games. If Jonathan Davies was a deserved winner of the Players' Player of the Tour award, it was Warburton who made the quietly persuasive request for Roman Point to re-examine his initial decision to award New Zealand a kickable penalty in the closing moments, with the scoreboard reading 15-15. Whatever the rights and wrongs of Poit's accidental offside ruling, and footage of Red A yard in front of Beauden Barrett's all-important restart further emphasizes how hard it is for match officials to spot every significant offense, there was no bigger U-turn on this trip than New Zealand's failure to clinch the series from 1-0 ahead with 2 to play. If Gatland deserves credit for edging his battle of coaching wits with Steve Hansen, his best call may have been the reappointment of Warburton. I read a great quote from Michael Johnson which stuck with me. Said Warburton, his on-field labor's finally over. He said, "Pressure is just the shadow of great opportunity. That's how I see it. Don't be afraid of what you could lose. Be excited about what you could achieve. You've got to be brave, take chances and make things happen. When you get in the real big games, you don't want occasions to blur for players. You still want them to have a go, play with freedom and instinct." The Lions were certainly true to their pre-tour word about giving it everything. If the final body count was slightly lower than expected, the scans awaiting Sean O'Brien and Johnny Sexton, both high-class test animals, before they fly home were a reminder of just how much commitment these tours require. Warburton, for example, found it difficult to address his players beforehand, so conscious was he of the magnitude of the occasion. "I probably didn't say as much as I normally would because I felt very emotional before the game. You think of all sorts. My family, my little girl, my wife, and all the things you sacrifice to get here, your diet, your sleep, your lifestyle. When I chat to youngsters, I always say to them that being a professional rugby player is a lifestyle. It's not about the 5 or 6 hours you're at a training ground each day. It is what you do off the field, how you look after yourself. When you have been committed for 4 years and you get to a Lions series, all that effort goes into one 80-minute game. You just want to do yourself justice." Warren Gatland says his Kiwi instinct was a crucial factor in Lions series draw. Read more. He and his teammates deserve a good rest now, but the administrators Negotiating the dates and itinerary for the 2021 Lions tour and beyond should be made to sit with Warburton for an hour and listen to the modern player's perspective. I know there are things that are over my head when it comes to the finances and the politics of it, but from a playing perspective, I would like to give my opinion, the 28-year-old said. Speaking on behalf of the players, we'd always want the Lions to happen. I am sure most players would say the Lions is the most special thing you'll do in your international career. I think it's a must the Lions should continue. New Zealanders would all echo that sentiment. There has been a relentless crackle to this series, probably more so than for any other game seen here since the 2011 World Cup. If the All Blacks were unlucky to lose both Ben Smith and Dane Coles, the Lions would have fancied making a still bigger dent had Billy Vunipola been fit. Against that, New Zealand were slightly unfortunate to concede the last-minute penalty that allowed Owen Farrell to win the second test but for a greasy ball, the third test might have concluded differently too. Then again, what if Farrell's long ball had not been intercepted by Barrett on Saturday with the score at 0-0 and the Lions on the verge of seizing the initiative? It is not impossible we could have been talking 1971 all over again rather than 1955, the last time the Lions drew a series. But who are we kidding? It would be greedy to ask for more than 3 epic test matches, the extraordinary long-range goal-kicking of Farrell and Elliott Daly, the electric dash of Barrett, the soaring all-round impact of Maro Itoje and Brodie Retallick, the infectious atmosphere in the stadiums and the sportsmanship of Warburton and Reid. Apart from a final outright winner, the 2017 series had it all. New Zealand: J. Barrett, Dag, Leinert Brown, Laumape, Fekitoa, 67, J. Sevilla, Cruden, 73, B. Barrett, Smith, Pernara, 73, Moody, Crockett, 58, Taylor, Harris, 73, O. Franks, Famina, 58, Retallick, S. Whitelock, S. Barrett, 78, Kano, Kane, A. Sevilla, 60, K. Reid, capped. Tries, Laumape, J. Barrett, Con B. Barrett, Penn B. Barrett, Sinbin Kano, 50, British, 73, Murray, Webb, 70, M. Vunipola, McGrath, 60, George, Owens, 70, Furlong, Sinclair, 60, A. Jones, Laws, 50, Itoje, S. Warburton, capped, A. Jones, 67-73, O'Brien, Stander, H.T., Falatau, Pens, Farrell, 4, Daly. Referee R. Point, France. Attendance 48,906.